county is trying to bamboozle them. It is time to stand up, and the way they stand up is by finding out how you could get involved, and then stand up and stop being afraid. Come out and take a stand. Stop letting Big Brother come into your neighborhood and telling you what to do, and they do not have your best interests at heart. It's time for the community to take a stand and to stop the plan, and that's what needs to be done. We want redevelopment, but with the best interests of Hempstead community at heart. And the way the plan's going on now is nothing but big dough for the pockets of people who are going to leave as soon as the paperwork's signed. Enough is enough. Hempstead, take a stand and stop the plan.
We're here today, the Committee to Save Hempstead, because we are protesting the takeover of the Village of Hempstead by a developer with the complicity of the village board, including the mayor and the trustees, which will ultimately force the current residents out of the community. The way that this was adopted was done very surreptitiously, illegally, and violated the civil rights of the residents of the community, because they held a public hearing, but at the hearing they refused to tell people what the hearing was about. There was only one reason for the hearing, and that was the sale of $53 million of village-owned property. They never told the people at a 3-hour hearing that that was the purpose of the hearing. Instead, when someone asked about it, they said it was only a few parking lots up here at North Main Street. The fact of the matter is, they're selling the village hall, the library, 2 firehouses, 18 parking lots all over the downtown, and the building department office as well, Denton Green, the park in front of Village Hall, and a children's playground. They deliberately withheld that information from the entire public, not only at the public hearing, but even after the public hearing, when it was substantiated that those lands were being sold. They still were lying to the people and deceiving everyone, trying to make people think that this was for the community, when it's very clear that the object of it is to tear everything down, to put up 5, 6, 7, up to 12-story buildings, and to do away with all the parking lots so that there will only be parking garages. And you know what they charge for parking garages. So this will be turned into a mini Manhattan. And it's very clear that it's for luxury housing, while they always tell you that there's going to be 10% of affordable housing. But even the affordable housing is not affordable to the people of Hempstead. And if no one applies for it in 6 months, it's going to go to people in Nassau County anyway. So we are trying to encourage people to come out and protest this and to let their voice be heard in the community, to come to the village board meeting on Tuesday night as well, and to protest what is happening in the community to force them out of this community where many people have lived for 50, 60 years. So that's about the story of what's happening here.
What can people do after this protest happens? How can they get involved?
The Committee to Save Hempstead will be holding another protest, as I mentioned, on Tuesday night. But we will continue to have different activities for people to become involved in. But they need to come to village board meetings and speak out against the plan. Very few people seem to have the faith that speaking the truth has power. And I believe that that is one of the problems here in the community, is people are upset with this, but they don't come out and come right down to Village Hall and let the trustees and the mayor, and then come over here to Renaissance and let Renaissance know that this is very unjust, it's wrong, it's morally wrong what they're doing, and this is what the people have to start to do.
I feel like the board does not care, including the mayor, what happens to the people in Hempstead. I think they're more or less looking out for themselves.
So are you saying they're selling out the village?
Yes, it does feel that way. And not just me, a lot of us feel the same way. I mean, why would you not support your people. That does not make sense. And I'm not just talking about color here. I'm talking about people that you represent. You were elected for all the people. The majority of the people do not want this place
here. It's not right for the community. It's not going to benefit the community. It's mostly going to benefit the developers. And once they build what they want to build, they're going to leave. And the community going to be trying to recuperate. It's not for us. There's so many buildings here that could be refaced, renovate, not tore down. Local businesses here that can remain here. But once the developers get what they want, they're going to make the rent so high that these local businesses not going to be able to pay the rent. The taxes are going to go sky high. We already pay taxes. 3 taxes, village, town, and county, which is enough. I feel that they are trying to force out the not so wealthy and bring in the wealthy. So I'm here to take a stand against the plan. Monty and Renaissance, the developers.
In my opinion, the plan to develop the Village of Hempstead at this time is not right. It's rather premature because there are very burning issues in the Village of Hempstead that the Village of Hempstead and its trustees have not addressed. Namely, some primary schools were closed more than 8 years ago. They up till now they have not been reopened. Failing grade in the school district is a problem that the village and trustees should liaise with the school district to make sure our students get the grades they deserve. So I would say that this plan doesn't add up with the burning issues we have. That this plan should stay for 15 to 20 years when very burning issues have been taken care of, and then the downtown development should come next. Thank you.
Claiming they need money, they need funding, so they can't get it together, but yet they're getting all the time and they sliding in overlay area and they want to work on that instead of the downtown plan first. I don't know, the overlay, with the mayor threw them a bone and did extra overlay area from 26 miles and did 100-something miles overlay. That's the Washington spot over there, one Washington. Now they want to build there first. Empty lot. That's their plan.
I'm here today in support of this rally because in 2005, I predicted the developers were not prepared to renovate Hempstead Village. And I still say they're not prepared. They're lacking many things, and to come in and destroy what's here is truly unfair. So we want people to come out, get involved, and do what's necessary to preserve our community, Hempstead Village. Thank you.
You know, I am glad to be out here today. It's a beautiful day, beautiful weather, but for a cause, for a purpose. And Hempstead is a place that we need to come together as a family. We need to come together for our living arrangements, our commercial establishments, and our schools. And we need to do something for our young people to look for Hempstead to be that place to turn to. So I'm very pleased to be out here today and honored to be able to share with the public some of the things that we're doing. I thank you, and especially you.
You know there's a war out there. It's more than a physical war, but a spiritual war. Where my soldiers at? You ain't taking my life. I got God-given rights. I'm like that bomb in the pipe. When it's on, then we strike. But I'm not a terrorist. I'm American, more than I've ever been. More than a control specimen for your experiment. In Dashfield, battlefield, mass appeal. When they pass the bill, back to the Batmobile. Recruit people. It's not preschool. Don't eat food, pre-chewed. I'm not John Connor, Don Dada, Godfather. I'm that rock while the live wire in the line of fire. Survive as the shots fly by ya. Another night alive, got the eye of the tiger. The sniper's got a sight, gonna strike like a viper. There's nowhere to hide, gotta fight with every fiber. Got iron in my blood and my skin is for my God.